was from the night before. I will drink tomorrow night. And I will drink forevermore. Why? Rum. Rum gun. Satisfy happy birthday.
Get set for the morning news coming up next, and of course continued coverage of the World Creole Music Festival will be on the DBS Radio social media platform.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
Good morning and welcome to the DBS Major Morning News. In the headlines, Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority says the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival is off to an encouraging start. In news from the region, the U.S. strikes again in Caribbean waters and internationally. A spokesman in Gaza says children are dying as they wait for Israel to enable evacuation. Welcome to the DBS Major Morning News. The details of these stories and others coming up.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digicel TV Channel 50 and Flow TV Channel 951.
DBS News.
I am your presenter this morning. My name is Joseph Fadul. First up this morning, Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, has expressed satisfaction with the opening night of the World Creole Music Festival. The opening night featured 11 acts. She says the patrons came out to support the various acts.
Night one has been as expected. Again, we presented a 25th edition World Creole Music Festival lineup of 45 acts, and it's the first time that we've invested and presented such a major lineup. When we weigh the pros and cons, I mean the pros exceed our expectations in terms of look and feel, in terms of patrons. Our patrons came out quite a bit earlier, much earlier than other years. So far, based on the responses online, people are eager, they're excited and looking forward to the other nights. We know that nothing is set in stone. There's no perfection here, so my team is constantly on the clock, working on anything that needs to be worked on in the background and getting ready for the 2 other nights of the World Creole Music Festival. So Burning Flames, that was amazing. You know, they always put on a great show. We were very proud of the performance from Midnight Groovers and Gilles Fontaine and Halibut. You know, we expected nothing less. My favorite part of the Midnight Groovers performance was Chubby being carried out on the sensei.
And that was Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams. Philip Chubby Mark of the Midnight Groovers spoke to DBS News.
But I saw the audience enjoying it to the max, you know. So, but one thing I find, when a singer singing, you should be able to hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? Once you can hear that, anytime you can just go off.
Yeah, but Chubby, some people are saying it's the best that they have heard you on Midnight Groovers in a long time. They're saying that the music was good and you were performing. Do you think that was the case?
I don't. Because I know I play better than that, almost with groovers. But the only thing I tell you, I long in the music, but when you have young fellas playing with you, they can never play like how you want your stuff. You know what I mean? But I give in everything respect. I want to have life and the product me life. I still keep on doing good things in the music.
And that was Philip Chubby Mark of the Midnight Groovers. Reynold Alcendo, a member of the Midnight Groovers band, said the band delivered to the patrons in a remarkable way.
You saw the performance of the Midnight Groovers. If not the best, well, one of the best. Probably you would have to look at last year and this year. But I believe that the audience was thrilled The audience was happy. The reason why is because the song was much better tonight compared to other years. The performance of the band lived up to expectation. The inclusion of the two young boys all the way from Paris, France, to be on the stage here with the Midnight Groovers is testimony that Midnight Groovers ain't going nowhere. Midnight Groovers going to stay. You also saw White Fairy on stage on the World Creole Music Festival for the first time. It means that we want to continue with the cadence music. We know White Fairy is a cadence man. White Fairy is like he emulating Chubby. And so if Chubby is on his way out, then why not have White Fairy on his way in so that we can keep that genre of music in Dominica. We do not want it to leave.
Midnight Groovers member Reynold Alcender. Meantime, Clarence Unku Edwards of the Burning Flames says having not played in Dominica over several years, his team was thrilled to return.
The performance in Dominica this morning is just like any other performance by the Burning Flames from the way back. We go back 40 years with Dominica. That's our relationship with Dominica. And after all this time, the people are still very receptive to the Burning Flame, the original Burning Flames. After we stop tonight, the crowd crying, we want more, we want more, we want more. But because of the time, we had to cut. I've seen all the bands tonight. They have a list of songs a set that they follow. No, we just say, look, what are we going to start with? Old Faithful? Old Faithful is Worky Worky. We usually start either Old Faithful or Chook and Dig. So what happened after the first three songs? We just say, okay, Worky Worky, Chook and Dig, and then One Ton and Barrel. After that, by ear. Watch the crowd, whatever. Because every song we can play is a hit. There's no how we can make such an impact, a band or artist to make such an impact, and you don't think about booking them again. So I'm very confident that we'll be booked for next year. The festival has grown because we've played Creole Festival before, but it has grown tremendously over the time that we were absent from Dominica. So I can't say nothing that everybody have not been saying. The festival is a great, great festival.
Clarence Unku Edwards of the Burning Flames band, reggae artist Romain Virgo, Oswald, Triple K, Global or International, Steel Pulse, Ezra the Fun Machine, Halibut, Jill Fontaine were amongst the other artists who performed. And of course, the performance is actually still going on. Triple K Global is still going on at this time. Meantime, Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, says the anticipation for this evening is high.
Night 2, we have the Bouillon Boss, the Wet Fat Master, the Mess King, whatever he is, Esa Banton. We have the WCK Band. We have the Bouillon Assembly, which is going to be made up of a combination of Bouillon artists like Ridge, Pooders, Little Boy, Kwan, Nice, Ebony Empress, Fefi, and so much more, DJ MJ. And we have the First Serenade Band. We have Gordon Henderson. We have Ophelia Marie, and let's give it up for Gordon Henderson and Ophelia Marie. We have Linford John. We have Joey Duet Philly. We have Kess the Band. We have Spice, and of course the World Boss Vibes Cartel. And on night 3, which is gonna be a spectacular close, we have Tiwa Savage. We have Bungie Garlin and Faye and Lions. We have the Ecstasy Band. We have Kassav, Mikael Henderson, Elisha Benoit, Trilogy, Nice, Rio, Shelly and the Signal Band, and Kelani. 3 unforgettable nights, 1 destination, 1 stage that unifies them all.
Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams. In more news this morning, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Claudius Lestrade, says the investment into the World Creole Music Festival is over $13 million. He says the World Creole Music Festival must be regarded as a pillar in Dominica's tourism development.
The government of Dominica is honored to serve as the presenting sponsor of this year's festival, contributing significantly towards a $13 million budget. This is not only a financial investment, but a firm commitment to the creative economy, to job creation, entrepreneurship, and ensuring that the culture continues to be a cornerstone of national growth. Already, we are witnessing encouraging results. Higher hotel occupancy, fuller flights, and stronger regional engagement, tangible proof that this festival delivers real impact for Dominica. The World Creole Music Festival stands as a flagship event within the festival's pillar of the Ministry of Tourism, which positions culture as both a bridge and a catalyst for opportunity. Through this pillar, we connect heritage with innovation, showcase the brilliance of our people, and promote Dominica as a destination where authenticity and creativity flourishes. From Mass Dominic to Jazz and Creole, and now this historic Silver Jubilee, our festivals tell the world who we are, dynamic, proud, and forward-moving.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Claudius Lestrade. Let's move to news from the region. Less than 24 hours after the announcement of a new counter-narcotics task force in the Caribbean, the United States struck an alleged drug vessel, killing 6 people suspected narco-terrorists in the regional territorial waters. This as the 10th vessel that has been hit by the U.S. forces recently, killing several individuals. The latest announcement was made by U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, marking the latest operation in what U.S. President Donald Trump has labeled as a counter-drug campaign in the region, particularly against Venezuela. Well, since September, the U.S. military has been increasing its presence in the Caribbean, including deployments of guided missile destroyers, F-35 fighter jets, and a nuclear submarine, and thousands of troops. Internationally, around 15,000 people, including children in Gaza, are awaiting urgent medical treatment as they wait for Israel to enable evacuation. A spokesman in the region said Gaza children are dying and the world needs to intervene. That's the morning news. We have the best of sports coming up next right here on DBS Radio. Stay tuned.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Kewana Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. Sekosayo Cafe Kote NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
for a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, win!
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry! Promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the DBS Major Morning News. We bowl off with some cricket news this morning. West Indies head coach Darren Sammy says he's really disappointed with the bowlers following their one-day international series defeat against Bangladesh. West Indies went down to 2-1 and Darren Sammy expressed his disappointment at the West Indies spinners' inability to take advantage of the pitches. Left-arm spinner Gudakesh Moti and all-rounder Ruston Chase had disappointing numbers, and even part-timer Alec Athanas returning better figures than them in the second ODI.
Positives, probably the batting of Shehu, how he continues to put this team on his back. Every time a challenge is faced, you know, he as a leader puts the team on his back. I mean, I'm really disappointed in the way we've bowled. I mean, look at the ODIs we've played this year, Ireland, England, you know, even at home against Pakistan, and you come in Bangladesh and, you know, spinners should be licking their lips because that's the area where you will get to, you know, execute your plans in the most favorable conditions for you. And what we displayed over the last 3 games has been very poor, not consistent enough. And all 3 games we've allowed Bangladesh to score above par. I thought it was more like a 3.5 runs on over pitch. Every game we've had to score over 4 and over. And with the bat, again, every time the challenge comes, we lie down and die, you know, except for when either Casey Kati or Shehu puts their hands up in challenging times. So very disappointed. Bangladesh played really well, kudos to them, the conditions, but we didn't match them skill for skill with ball, bat, and in the field. So they are deserving winners.
Sami says, however, he was pleased with the return of Akil Hussain, who came back in the ODI's team after 2 years as a replacement player. Hussain picked up 6 wickets in 2 games at an average of 13.66 and an economy rate of 4.10.
Sometimes just watching the series, you say sometimes it's, you know, when you're on the outside looking in and see how, you know, you want to play for West Indies, you know, massive kudos to Akil in the manner in which he came up. When I called him about, you know, being the replacement, I was only looking for the last game. And he said, Coach, you know, I get in at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be ready to play and bowl that first ball for you. So I understand the challenges that was faced, but, you know, the bravery he showed, you know, and in a team where you have 3 left-arm spinners, and the guy who's been out for the last 2 years come in and outshine you, then yes, there's place for competition. You know, and that's what you want in a team. You don't want to select guys because they have nobody else to replace them. You want to select guys because they have competition, and what Akil did in this series is definitely going to challenge some of the guys who've been there playing.
West Indies head coach Darren Sammy. Staying with some cricket, the 2025 CG United Super 50 Cup will take place over 11 days beginning on November 19th. 6 regional squads will square off from Wednesday 19th November to Saturday 29th November, with matches taking place at 3 venues across Trinidad: the Brian Lambert Cricket Academy, Queen's Park Oval, and Sir Frank Worrell Cricket Ground. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, Barbados Pride, Guyana Happy Eagles, Jamaica Scorpions, Leeward Island Hurricanes, and the Windward Island Volcanoes will all do battle for the top prize of US $100,000. US $50,000 will be awarded to the runner-up, while 3rd and 4th place teams will each take home $25,000 US each. We move to athletics. The 9th annual Bripac Memorial 5K Walk Run will now take place tomorrow. The route for this event will be from Point Michel to the Newtown Savannah. The race, which was originally carded for last weekend, was postponed due to inclement weather conditions.
The Pioneers Athletics Club wants to announce its rescheduled 9th Bripac Memorial 5-kilometer walk and run. Its new scheduled date will be 26th of October. That is Sunday coming. And our routes, we have changed our routes. This time the event will start in Point Michel, along the way towards Soufriere, second half of Point Michel, and will run towards Roseau to culminate at the Newtown Savannah. This year, the event will run from 3:30 p.m. and registration will be at the finish line in Newtown from 2 to 3 p.m. on the set date. We also want to impose a request of participants to do an early registration online, and on the day you will receive your numbers for participating. Cedric Harris reporting for the Pioneers Athletics Club.
And our thanks to Cedric Harris for that report. Kane Williamson says he remains committed to playing for New Zealand and has half an eye on the next ODI World Cup in 2027, but acknowledges that his life priorities have shifted as he prepares to play for his country for the first time since the Champions Trophy's finals in March. The 35-year-old Williamson was not considered for last week's three-match T20 international series against England as he was recovering from an unspecified medical issue. However, he is back with the squad for the ODI leg of England's visit, which gets underway on Sunday. Williamson spent much of New Zealand's winter in England on an extended contract with 100 franchise London Spirit that included a multi-format stint with Middlesex as one of a group of senior players on a casual contract with NZC. He missed New Zealand's tour of Zimbabwe in order to fulfill that deal and also made himself unavailable for this month's early season T20 against Australia. However, he reiterated his commitment to international cricket while also acknowledging that his involvement with New Zealand's squad could not simply be a case of him doing all the picking and the choosing. In an unprecedented move, the Pakistan Cricket Board has appointed its current Test captain, Shan Masood, as its consultant for international cricket and player affairs, a role that could soon become that of Director of International Cricket, a senior administrative role in the most cricket boards. The PCB declined to say whether this meant Masood was leaving his position as international cricketer or Test captain, or whether he would do both jobs concurrently. The PCB is currently actively recruiting the position of Director International Cricket, with applications closing on November 2. ESPN Crick Info reported that the vacancy Masood could eventually fill, while expected to perform that task on a career-taker basis in the interim. Well, we've come to the end of the DBS Major Morning News. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, just before we close off, don't forget coverage of the World Creole Music Festival continues tonight. I want to say a big, very happy birthday to one of our staff members here. Annadale Jacob is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Annadale Jacob. Wishing you a wonderful, wonderful and fantastic day. Once again, Annadale Jacob of the production team at DBS Radio celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Annadale Jacob. Hoping that you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning so far. And of course, we want to thank each and every one of you for, of course, being with us for the entire night into this morning at the World Creole Music Festival. Of course, coverage audio only, and of course, repeating once again, audio only is available on YouTube, the DBS Radio YouTube channel. It's very simple. DBS Radio, go to YouTube, and that's it. And the Facebook channel. Once again, a few comments were said during the show. Why are we not showing the video? Of course, so we kept repeating that, and we will continue to repeat that. This is a copyright restriction, an intellectual copyright restriction from the artist. This is not the fault of DBS Radio. Please do not, a few bashing statements were said. Please, you have to understand, we have to respect the copyright, intellectual property of the artist. So please try and have an understanding of that. And of course, we will continue to bring you a coverage, especially tonight, night number 2 and night number 3. Connecting the dots comes through at 9 o'clock this morning right here. Ivona John Baptist Luge will be in. Nigel should also be in. He was on the broadcast. I hope Nigel probably sneaks in, a quick power nap before he comes through at 9 o'clock right here on DBS Radio. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, this morning's sports was brought to you compliments Rudolph Thomas and NBD.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
K1 Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. Sikosayo Cafe Kote NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
For a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, win.
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry. Promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the Insert of the Package, brought to you compliments of our wonderful friends at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, low tow, credit card and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email at aanalowprice@gmail.com. A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit us today. Just walk in and be happy you did.
Well, night number 1 of the World Creole Music Festival is winding down at this time. And of course, various acts were on and of course are still on. Triple K International is still on. Let's bring you the insert of the package. This morning's insert of the package will come from the morning newscast, where member, lead singer, vocalist of the Midnight Groovers, Philip Chubby Mark, has expressed some very interesting views on his performance at this year's edition, the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival.
But I saw the audience enjoying it to the max, you know. So, but one thing I find, when a singer singing, you should be able to hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? Once you can hear that, anytime you can just go off.
Yeah, but Chubby, some people are saying it's the best that they have heard you and Midnight Groovers in a long time. They say that the music was good and you were performing. Do you think that was the case?
I don't, because I know I play better than that. Almost with groovers. But the only thing I tell you, I long in the music, but when you have young fellas playing with you, they can never play like how you want your stuff. You know what I mean? But I give in everything respect. I want to have life and they protect me life. I'll still keep on doing good things in the music.
Well, that was Philip Chubby Mark of the Midnight Groovers, sort of expressing a bit of disappointment with just his performance at this year's World Creole Music Festival. Of course, saying that, he feels that, he has performed, better amongst other performances and at other acts. So, yes, Interesting comment by Philip Chubby Mark, taking us to the end of our insert of the package right here on your nation station at DBS Radio. Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the Weather Report on your nation station. This morning's edition of the Weather Report is brought to you compliments of our wonderful friends at Big Edge.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the Weather Report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face. At least when it comes to your waning finances, you've got the edge. Help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low. Big Edge is the place to go.
I will say a special good morning to Keisha Dubik with this morning's edition of the Weather Report. Keisha Dubik, good morning.
Good morning. The Weather Report from the Dominica Meteorological Service at Douglas Airport for today, Saturday, October 25th, as recorded at 7 a.m. Today's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and slightly hazy with a few showers. Conditions at Douglas Airport were here. Surface winds westerly at 3 knots or 6 kilometers per hour. Present temperature 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's rainfall was 1.0 millimeters, and the total rainfall for the month so far is 242.2 millimeters. The sun will set at 5:39 p.m. and rise tomorrow at 6 a.m. The next high tide today will be at 6:02 p.m. and the next low tide will be at 11:34 a.m. The weather outlook for Dominica and the Les Antilles. A high pressure system will continue to be a dominant feature across the area today. Patches of clouds moving in the wind flow are expected to produce partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy skies with a few showers. Slight dust haze is expected to linger around the area today. Persons with respiratory seminities are advised to take necessary precautions. Slight moderate states are expected in the next 24 hours, with wave heights up to 3 feet along the western coast and decreasing to 5 feet on the eastern coast. A high surf advisory remains in effect for northerly swells affecting the eastern coast. Small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise caution in the surf zone. Now for the forecast of today and tonight. Synopsis. A high pressure system is a dominant feature. Forecast for today and tonight. Partly cloudy to cloudy and slightly hazy with a few showers. Wind southeasterly to easterly at 10 to 25 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Sea conditions, slight moderate, wave speaking, 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. A high surf advisory is in effect. Please remember, we are in the hurricane season. For updated information weather conditions, log on to our website at weather.gov.dm or call 266-4490 for further information. Like our Facebook page, Dominica Meteorological Service. Follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met. Follow our WhatsApp channel 618-3469. Reporter Douglas Charles Airport, I am Keisha Dubik.
Thank you very much, Keisha Dubik, for this edition of the DBS Radio Weather Report. Brought you compliments of the good folks at Big Edge Financial. Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the General Announcements and Watson on the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. And with the kind compliments of the good folks at Valley Engineering, we bring you this morning's edition of the General Announcements and Watson on the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board.
Doudou, ou te oblige an bawa se mwen mite la ou yon kon sa? An wale kote Valley Engineering pou wanje zafen.
Get back on track. At Valley Engineering, we offer a wide range of high-quality auto spare parts designed to keep your vehicle running smoothly and efficiently. We offer the best parts and accessories at affordable prices. Ensure safety and reliability for every journey. Come to Valley Engineering. Our experienced and knowledgeable staff will gladly assist you. Call 448-5008, 448-2279, or 615-1310. Valley Engineering, 64 years of service to the people of Dominica.
Valley Engineering, merci en loup, merci en chai, merci autant.
Thanks again for your continued patronage.
And once again, with the kind compliments of the wonderful